Hello, superwomen, visionaries, my CEOs, my professionals by day, supermoms at night. I am Dr. Jordin, and I help high achieving women who feel unfulfilled and disconnected create more intimacy and joy in their personal lives. I am an author, naturopathic doctor, pleasure and intimacy coach. You have been taught that doing it all will lead to fulfillment. But this is draining your energy and killing your intimacy. I help high achievers just like you down the pleasure path from being a high achiever to a receiver. So you can reignite your pleasure, reclaim your feminine power, and feel deeply desired and supported, all while maintaining success in your career. If you are a visionary, a trailblazer, someone who wears a superwoman cape, had a lot of success in boardrooms, chances are you've mastered the art of achieving, but not receiving. Let me ask you, when was the last time you felt fully present, alive, turned on, playful, joyful, properly fucked and fulfilled? If you paused to think about that, this episode is for you. I want to talk about why playfulness is a game changer for high achievers. First, let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. As high achieving women, you've been conditioned to believe that success comes from doing, taking action, and your worth is directly correlated to the amount of success, awards, titles, accolades, followers that you have. And none of those are ingredients for fulfilling sex or deep connection. Logically and cognitively, you know this, but if you are a superwoman stuck in doing, achieving, putting out the next fire, crossing out the next item on your to-do list, you aren't able to actually physically integrate and embody it. In fact, one of the biggest intimacy blockers for superwomen is overfunctioning, the constant need to manage everything, even in the bedroom. This is called topping from the bottom, and it is a power dynamic that I help superwomen manage, both in and out of the bedroom. Do you ever notice as a high achieving woman that intimacy becomes another box to check? Desire, spontaneity, connection have disappeared. Something that I see with high achieving women is that they often feel alone, even though they are surrounded by support or friends. They feel very alone and very disconnected. Playfulness is a tool that you can use to help combat that superwoman conditioning, to help turn the pleasure centers in your brain on and help you feel more connected to those around you. Play invites you to let go of perfection and embrace curiosity, desire, all the things that are going to help turn the pleasure centers in your brain back on. Neuroscience shows that it activates reward pathways and can increase dopamine and oxytocin, the same hormones that are required for connection and intimacy. And we know that you are probably searching for them in other places, online shopping, taking a vacation, achieving something else at work. But where we really feel alone and want to feel connected is in our relationships. So, why is it hard for high achievers to be playful? Why do we struggle to be playful? And I can remember at so many points in my life, people saying to me, like, why can't you just relax? Or we're on this amazing trip. Can't you just be? Can't you let go? And those words were always so cutting because I knew deep down they were true, but they would just make me angry and resentful to have that reflected to me at that time. 3 reasons why high achievers struggle to be playful. Number 1, the pleasure centers in your brain are off. So when you are in do mode, survival, get things done, crossing one thing off the list to the next, it is turning off the pleasure centers in your brain. So touch doesn't feel good. You're not able to relax, enjoy, laugh. For many of you, intimacy is the last thing on your to do list, or for some of you, you are using it to get out of that mode, to turn on the pleasure centers in your brain. The second reason why high achievers struggle to be playful is performance pressure. You're used to excelling. You have been rewarded immensely in your career by performing, which can lead us to believe that intimacy, sex is something that we need to do well. Am I doing this right? How is it feeling for him? And this is fundamentally off, because great connection, great intimacy is actually about being, actually about connecting, actually about merging. And if we are truly in our feminine, it is about receiving. You know what I mean? Because I can't say that on here. And the third reason is overgiving tendencies. So you are so focused on meeting everyone else's needs that you forget, or you don't even know how to tune into your own, because this has been conditioning since we were little girls. We are taught to take the temperature of the room. We are taught to put everyone else's needs, emotions, feelings first. And what ends up happening is that we actually lack a sexual self identity. We don't, most of the clients that I work with, they can run multi-six, multi-seven figure corporations, but they don't really know what they like or how to ask for it. And even my superwomen that are lacking connection in their relationship, but they feel like good at sex, like they're doing it right. That's like number two. So we are in performance, and they're like, oh, well, I've never had any complaints, any issues, but they're lacking connection. It's because they are in overgiving and they are not good at receiving. So when you approach intimacy from this mindset, from our pleasure centers being off because our tanks are empty, because we have been over giving. And if we are having sex, we are performing on some level, it can start to feel like another task on your to do list. What if I told you that playfulness can help unlock lighter, more satisfying sexual experiences and more connection with your partner, and often everyone around you? So I want to share with you the pleasure framework for playful and connected sex. And I want to give you 3 strategies to help you infuse play into your sex life. Number 1, we have to start with micro moments of play. It doesn't have to be elaborate. And remember, the pleasure centers in your brain are off. So it's not easy for you to just flip into relaxed, receiving, flowing, feels like honey. You're warm like the sun. People want to be around you. They're drawn to you. That is not what we are like when our superwoman capes are on. And we know it. We know we're like a little repellent and it doesn't feel great. So just like I tell you, we have to microdose our pleasure. We're doing micro moments of play. We are starting with small acts of lightness. And here's an example, because when your pleasure centers are turned off, you're not even going to be able to think of it. Like, I have to spoon feed it to you. So sharing inside jokes with your partner, with your kids, with your team, trying a playful kiss in an unexpected spot, nose, cheek, hand. Like, when is the last time you kissed your partner somewhere other than the lips? Or when's the last time you did that playfully? And you can engage in some fun, non sexual physical touch, like a little tickle, a little, you know, trying to think of the right word here because I don't want to say push, but like just like playfully bumping into them or touching their arm. These micro moments help you transition from the stress of the day with your CEO superwoman cape on into a more relaxed, connected state. Give your body time to step out of high achiever and into receiver. Second step in the pleasure framework for more playful and connected sex. Give yourself permission to be imperfect. Remember, sex isn't a performance. When is the last time that you laughed during sex, cried, shared any emotion? Superwomen go into sex with one vibe, okay? And the truth is, it is an experience. True intimacy and connection should be an experience. It should not be about checking the boxes, doing certain things. I want you to try this. I want you to try setting an intention to laugh during intimacy. And if that feels too far out there for you, I want you to completely focus on sensation for a few minutes. How is everything feeling in your body? If something awkward happens, like a weird sound or fumbling with a position, embrace it as part of the moment instead of trying to fix it, do it right, get it perfect. And number 3, I want you to use curiosity as your compass. Think of intimacy as an adventure. It's not like A plus B equals C. We know the destination that we're getting to. Like we have our goal, which is let's get this over with so I can get back to doing things that I need to do. Or it could even be the last thing on your mind. But I want you to ask yourself questions like, what would feel really good for me right now? What's something fun we've never tried before? And you can even ask these to your partner, conversations. It can spark new ideas, help you reconnect on a deeper level. Okay, and I'm going to share something with you that I teach to my private clients. That's the pillow talk game. So we can sit across from each other and take turns asking lighthearted questions because sometimes it even feels it feels like there's too much pressure. It feels like there's too much resentment. Maybe you're too exhausted to try things during intimacy. But maybe if you don't feel like having sex, you can try the pillow talk game or try this on a date. Okay. Because we're adding playfulness, we're adding levity, lightness. So some examples are, what is the most ridiculous thing you've ever done to impress me? If you had a superpower in bed, what would it be? If we could time travel to an era for a date night, where would we go and why? And like Superwoman, let's not go for 3 out of 3 here. Maybe we just try and ask one of these questions and see where it goes. If I'm speaking directly to you, if you are the woman whose pleasure centers are off, you feel alone, you feel the performance pressure. And this is unique to superwomen. And this is why most marriage and sex and intimacy advice does not work for superwomen. Because when we are capable of so much, when we are capable of doing so much, a lot of times we're out earning our partners and it creates a different power dynamic. If we overgive to the point that we turn our own pleasure centers off, that our own tanks are empty, and if you want to feel desired, truly connected, present, but you know there's another way, you just don't know how to do it because the skills that got you success in the boardroom are not the skills that are going to get you success in the bedroom. This is what I was put on this earth to do, to help women like you reconnect their relationships, reclaim their feminine power, and turn your pleasure centers back on. If that is you, I want you to head to the show notes and apply for private coaching with me. You're going to fill out an application. You're going to book a time in my calendar. At the time I'm recording this, I have 3 spots available. And we're going to get on a call and we're going to chat and we're going to see if it is a fit to work with me. And let's face it, Superwomen, you hire experts, you hire the support, you hire the right team in every other area of your life. It is time to allow yourself to receive the support in this area because you deserve to be as successful and fulfilled in intimacy as you do in your career. So head to the show notes and apply to work with me privately. Have a great week, everybody. If you like what you heard in this episode, leave me a rating. Your support helps me get discovered by more women like you. Together, we can change the conversation around women's sexual health and pleasure for you, your partners, and generations to come.